through the arch. Here come the other guys going through the arch. Can't be sure I got it in the land. Can't be sure I got it in the Here's the people massed under the arch. This is the Brown Douglas from that helicopter. Here it comes again.
What did you do at the zoo? What's Wednesday? Look here.
Day.
Huh?
African.
Well, what do you see on African Day?
African animals.
What? Well, what are they? Which animals?
Like zebras and giraffes and
Which one did you think was most interesting?
the giraffe.
Giraffe?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Just like giraffes.
What you learned that was interesting at the...
I learned that.
What?
Uh,
What did you learn? How do you take care? What do you do to take care of the animals, Lily?
we didn't take care of the animals. We take care of the animals on Friday.
Oh, tell me about that.
No,
What do you
she
do?
was on the airplane on Friday.
So you weren't there, but were you there the Friday last week?
No, it's only a one. This is only a 1 week camp.
How about
Didn't you learn about the different species? What did you learn about the species?
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you,
And
Lily.
I learned about endangered birds.
Endangered birds? What kind of
What's endangered birds?
Endangered birds. What is
Oh,
it?
endangered birds.
I
What,
learned about birds that are extinct.
like which ones are extinct?
I don't know.
Look here, Lily.
How can I remember 10,000 names?
You can't. How are you? We're glad you're here.
I'm fine. Thanks for having us.
Oh, we're
St.
glad
Louis.
We're glad you're here.
Jacob's organ.
What is this about, Lily? What kind of animal?
Snake.
Here, come in and tell me about
Could you
it.
tell?
And the Jacob's organ is out here.
Oh,
It
really?
has a fork-like tongue like this.
Uh-huh.
And what it does is it sticks its tongue out. It smells it into its tongue, and then it sticks it into two holes. The forks, like the points, into two holes,
Mm-hmm.
and it smells it.
So in other words, the tongue before and after surgery? Oh,
I don't know.
this is a before and after picture. Okay.
All right, let's see you walk.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, Dad, what is this? You are
What, do you
really...
think you work for the orthopedic department?
And Jeremy?
Riding a bike.
Boy, you're pretty good at it.
I can get as far. Can you do it, Grandpa?
Yeah, but not as well as you do. Let's see you go fast again.
See, I go all the way around to there, and then I come back. That's how I can do it. Should I do it again?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get my feet in first.
Let's see you do it. Boy, you're really going fast.
Let me stop it.
Jeremy Katz is relaxing on the sofa, taking a little rest.
Your daddy. Go sit
Hi.
Peace.
Lil, don't put your finger.
down. I'm getting nervous, Stanley, so I'll see you Wednesday.
Peace, peace.
Is he gonna be here?
Lane,
Hi. David, I'm getting nervous. Stanley said I'll see you Wednesday.
that's all right.
What's wrong with that, Mom?
I said, what if I don't show up?
Hi, Lily. Ah,
Thanks for
Let me just put my dad... Can I put in my earrings?
I'm glad you're here. You look
Thank
great.
you for having us.
Where's Jeremy?
Jeremy, Grandpa, and Grandma want to get...
with Nancy?
Yeah, no.
Those shoes he's got on, where'd he get those?
I don't want to tell you where he got them. Please do not ask me. I don't
You
want
let
to.
him go out of the house and things? I think the next thing you know, he's gonna...
Okay.
Where are you going, Lily? Where are you going? Where are you
Okay,
going?
movies.
Okay.
Nancy, you both have a good
Okay.
time.
I have like responsibilities things. I'm asking people to do a lot of...
Lily.
Okay, Aunt Maureen, okay.
work.
Okay, and thank you for everything, Aunt Maureen. Thank you. Yours. Thanks, Aunt Maureen. Kiss Uncle.
What is that?
I don't know.
Well, see what it looks like.
Candy though.
You like candy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got it.
What is? Lily, tell him what that is.
Oh!
I work out.
Mommy, Mom, where?
Bye, Dad. Bye, Grandpa. We're just...
was a Texan girl.
It's August
Yeah,
21st.
I-
And Birdie and Jeannie. Birdie, say hello. We're just they're visiting him.
It's wonderful to be
Hi, Randy.
here.
Thanks for coming.
Family, it's a big treat for me to see.
Dane is recuperating
Yes,
from her hip
Yeah,
replacement.
Drew's sweetheart.
Hey, Drew. Hello, Drew.
Edit that.
Tell me.
Why not? Well, you gotta
I
tell
think
some
a lot of you that brought you down here.
you gotta tell some grandma, little grandpa Doc stories too, since.
Since
little
Randy
background, yeah, since she never met him, you'd have to give
I
a
was
little.
trying to tell, I was
This
saying,
was the first time you met her?
No, but Grandma Lil and Grandpa.
Her mother was my sister. Doctor.
geez, her
We
story.
were friends for
Gee, where do you come
45 years. We never had a quarrel. We were so close. Mind you,
It's pretty good.
we raised our children together over in a small town across the river. We had our parties together. We belonged to the club together. We did everything together. And when Elaine and Maureen, even when they were married, would pick Lil up here, take us down to Tony's or one of the fancy restaurants. I was always with them, and vice versa when my children took, was when Auntie got ill, you know. And I had to take over for a couple of the big weddings. One time she lost her voice, remember?
Right.
Remember? And I was praying to God because we had an outdoor wedding, I think, for you, so that it shouldn't rain.
Right.
You know, and there
This
was
was
another
hot. It was-
time too that I had to take over for her. But we did everything together. Couldn't get into that camp unless it was like family, like Country Day.
We're talking about
Families
Lloyd's
to
course
get
of
into
action.
into that camp.
Lebagamon.
Yeah.
So he went to camp. So I called Muggs Larber, and I had a business. You know, I told you I had 52 stores with my mother. We
What
had
kind
a
of stores?
millinery in those days, you know, where everybody wore hats. And we had a whole loft, you know, and I called this Mr. Larber, and asked him if he would come down and interview me, and I'll have my son down here to talk to him. I wanted to get him in that camp.
Sure.
So Muggs Larber came down, was a great leader, great leader. And he said, yes, he can come to my camp, sign him up.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you how much tapes that I sewed in his in his shirts to send him to camp.
That's a good easy count.
And one year when I was going quite a few years to that camp,
Yeah.
and he comes home one day and he had an instructor from Burroughs, John Burroughs.
John Burroughs,
That's a
yeah.
private school
Sure.
for boys. It was boys only
Oh, it was
then.
then, okay.
And he taught him riflery.
Oh.
You've heard these stories.
And
Steve's heard these
yes,
stories.
and he was the youngest in the team that he could shoot backwards, forwards, this way and that way. That's true,
Yeah.
see? And he liked that instructors, and he came home and he said to me, you know, he says, I think I would like to go to John Burroughs. And I said, what was the man's name that taught you the riflery? And he tells me, and I called him up. I would love, he says, to have, nobody would love to have more than me, but I swear to you, they have a waiting list of families to get to be, and there's not a chance.
Okay.
So I hung up, and the next day he comes home with his books from Ladue High School, and I'm sitting in the sunroom. I said, put the books down, and we're going to, we're going over to Country Day.
I thought he went to Clayton. You didn't go
Yes.
to Clayton, no.
This is how I got him in.
Okay.
And it was right in the midst of summer, real hot day.
Okay.
And he gets in the car with me. We get over to Country Day, and the doors are open.
Right. This
And
is
I
the
go
old,
in,
I mean, it was up
the old
wherever it
Brown
was.
Road.
Yeah, Brown Road.
Yeah. And the doors were open, and I went in, and the dean was sitting in the office. And I said, my name is Bertie Shermer. I says, and I'd like to enter my son into this school. He says, we only have one person here. I remember his name, Mr. Battenberg. He'd have
Yeah.
to take a test.
Roy Battenberg.
You hear that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And so I said, well, go ahead, Lloyd, and you take the test. And I went outside on the steps there. I sat in the sun praying that he should pass the test. And they called me. Did a terrific business with a man that sold him all the leather goods by the name of Wills Engel. And like God talked to me. I said, Mr. Wills Engel, unbeknown to me that this is one of the men that walked down for the Veiled Prophet.
Wow.
He was so well known.
Wow.
As soon as I said that name, he said, your son's in the school.
Is that right?
That man, I went home, I called Gertrude Kaplan. I said, listen, Gertrude, Mr. Wills Engel called you because I mentioned his name and got Lloyd into Country Day. For God's sake, open up your mouth for me. Here. Well, to make a long story short, Mr. Wills Engel became Lloyd's mentor.
Is that right?
And when
Wow.
he was a star over he was a leader.
Uh-huh.
In fact, Muggs Larber from the camp came over to me and told Manny and me that the only one of all the thousands of boys that ever came to his camp, he would turn over his camp to Lloyd.
Really?
And I said to Manny,
No, I mean, but
I said,
if Lloyd would've
maybe
done a good
we
job."
ought to train him for being a camp director.
Right.
That's the way Muggs thinks
Yeah,
that
such
he's
a good
such a leader. So when he graduated from Country Day, he was on the football team, he was a leader. Mr. Angles mentioned to him that he should go to Amherst. And through Mr. Angles, Lloyd immediately went into Amherst.
No.
Somebody
Oh,
out
there's
there?
just some kids out here.
Yeah.
This kid's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Okay.
just kids.
Okay.
Well, anyway, he went to Amherst, and kind of Will's Engel. He watched every step that Lloyd made. He got so interested in
Wow.
Lloyd. There was never a Jewish boy ever asked into a fraternity up there at Amherst. No Jews. He was the first one that was approached to come into their fraternity, and he turned him down, and he started his own club, and he called it the Jeffrey Club, where a black person, a Chinese, any other person, or Jews, they all could come into that club, and he became an outstanding leader. In the meantime, after Amherst, he came home, and he said to me and to Manny went right along with everything I wanted to do. I had one outstanding husband. All the Shermer men were that way. Even your children are outstanding. You got that Shermer blood in you. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
And not a bad one in the whole
That's
barrel.
good. Thanks.
You're so damn lucky you don't know.
There you
what-
go.
what
Yeah.
this- He said, well, I want to go to Harvard. I said, well, that's fine. So he went in for the
Yeah.
She says, there's a girl named Betty Adler from Davenport. And Lil says, oh, I wonder if that's Phil Adler's daughter, because I got confirmed with him. You got the picture of Phil Adler and Lil.
Okay.
You hear? So I says to Lil, well, you better tell, so Lil tells me about this. I said, well, as long as she's such a friend with this Adler girl, as mentioned that you got a cute nephew. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So every time Lil wanted Elaine to bring Betty Adler down, Lloyd was in a camp, or for the summer, or they went on a trip to Europe. I let him go with 2 other boys.
Right.
They took a tour of Europe. So I got tired that I could never get him to go with to meet this Betty, because Lil was anxious that she should meet this Adler girl. So I had a little tiny photograph of Lloyd, and I sent it to you. You don't remember, and I wrote you, send it back, but show it to Betty. As soon as Betty saw the picture, she was determined to get on a weekend, and Lil called me up, and she says, if Lloyd gonna be in this weekend? I says, yes. So Lil, look at what kind of a mother she had. So she brings the Betty down to the house, and before she came, Lil calls up Lloyd. I said, Aunt Lil wants to talk to you. And I hear Lloyd said to her, listen, Aunt Lil, this was on a Thursday or Friday, I'll go to the airport, he says, and I'll meet her. He says, but the next night I'm going to a stag for Harry Rosenberg, and I'm not going to get a hook for the weekend. And here's Mother. And I talked to Lil, and he goes back, I'll never forget it, and he slammed the door. I can hear it today. He was so angry, blind date.
Right.
I said, listen, Lil, don't worry a bit. Eileen and Jeannie are plenty popular with the boys.
Right.
She's not going to be not entertained good. We'll see
Right.
to it that
There
she's
you go.
taken care of.
Okay.
he went out to the plane that night, you hear? And he picked her up, and I was restless to see, and I went into the sunroom. It was about 11 o'clock, and he wanted to show her something. He must have brought her home. And I opened the window. I says, Lloyd, it's Mother. Come on in. I wanted to see her,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah, check
He
her
brought
out.
her in, you hear? He brought her in, and he didn't leave her till he put her on the plane Sunday.
Wow.
And when she got off of the plane, she said to her mother and father, she's very definite, it's yes or no with her. She said, I've met the man I'm going to marry. She said to her parents, you hear? Well, he started courting her up at school. Go up and get her, you know, and one day he came in and he told me, he says, I think that Betty's got very serious ideas about me.
Oh, yeah.
And after all, Mother, I'm not settled yet. I don't know just where I'm going to go. I said, listen, don't you break that girl's heart. If you don't have any intentions of doing anything, or you feel unsettled, or go up and break it off. He did.
Hmm.
He went up and he told her that he's not, you know, I don't know what he told her, but he came home and he wouldn't talk to me. He was so put out, you know, because he really cared for her,
Right.
see. Well, anyway, he went to Harvard, and he was going to Harvard, and then one day, little sister was going to Temple, and Betty was going to Temple. And May says to your Aunt May, that's little
Right,
sister,
right.
Aunt May says to Betty, you ever hear from Lloyd? She says, no, but I'd love to hear.
Wow.
And she writes that to Lil. And I got the letter and I showed Lloyd. I said, Betty misses you, see? Well, he used to stand at the mailbox till he heard from her, and that started the romance.
Wow.
How many years later was that?
Oh, and then they got married. She asked me, do I want her to be as a bride like my other two daughters? I told her yes. Oh, and I didn't tell you, when her brother got married, Herbie, up in Davenport, and her
Oh, my
name is
mother's
Millicent.
Yeah.
My mother's brother.
Yeah, they had a big, after the wedding, I was there, Manny was there, Doc Shermer, we were all there, the two couple. We were inseparable. They sat me in next to her grandfather, E.P. Adler, who was the brains of the whole newspaper business. And as I sat next to him and we were talking, he says to me, when are you going home? I said, I think tomorrow. He says, no, you're not. He says, you're going to come down to my office and you're going to stay with me for the day, he said to me. I didn't even know what a newspaper looked like, you hear? And so Manny made up their minds that they were going to stay over an extra day, and he had a big roll-top desk. I'll never forget him, huge. And I sat there next to him, and he took me through the plant. Little did he know that his one grandchild and my only son would get married. Look what fate was.
Wow.
That is true.
He was a dynamic man. It's just a shame that he didn't live to see what Lloyd accomplished with those newspapers. Because he put them on the stock market, he made them immensely wealthy. Oh yes, there's no question. When the television came out, Henrietta Adler, they wouldn't even look at a television set. And Lloyd told me, he told them, listen, you're not in the newspaper business, you're in the communications business. Make up your minds. Well, anyway, Lloyd made up his mind to get on the New York Stock Exchange. They're listed. You'll see it in the paper, Lee Enterprises. And Betty said to me, Mother, she says, Lloyd's made us all extremely wealthy. That was the. And since then, you know, it's they have 19 newspapers, 8 television stations, and he's still chairman of the board of all that. and they bought 34 small newspapers. And then they have a plant that makes he went into business water. And they sell it all over the world to newspapers, and it's a bigger print. And they were partners with the president of the Nippon Paint Company in Japan. His name was Mr. Obata. And a few years ago, they bought his half out for $100 million. And that plant's going. I went out to see that plant. It's as long as this whole block.
Wow.
And it's all glass. They have a man at a gate before you can even get in there. And everything's automatically, all the plates coming down to be packaged.
Mother, I want to say
I just want to say,
Huh?
Aunt Purdy, Randy's grandmother and grandfather on her father's side, they went to the University of Illinois. We were trying to figure out if Mother had been there at the same time.
Well, you would know what year your
I don't know
mother.
when she graduated, they got married in 29, so she probably graduated about.
Maybe Betty would know when.
The kids are going down the hill. Be careful. Oh,
Wait, Rebecca, let me use this. Hey, it's not fair. That was fun.
doesn't go, huh? Hot dog.
Here. I like the other hook better. Here. See, watch out. I'll give you a push. 2, 3.
Be careful.
Back up.
It's August the 25th, 1994. I am photographing the flowering crab tree that was knocked over by an automobile 3 days ago. I'm across the street at this time, and I will focus in on the tree. It's still fully leafed out, and but it has evidence that it would be would not survive because of the nature of the injury to the roots. Here is the bark that was knocked off in the accident, and the roots, which are disrupted such that the tree would not survive. The tree is approximately 5 inches across in diameter at its trunk, and approximately 12 feet high and 12 feet wide at the branches. The tree, which is now lying on its side, was struck by a van coming from across the street, which had been left its parking area, and the tree effectively stopped the van before it could do further damage. It could have gone ahead and run into. It's Saturday, 3rd of September. Lily and Jeremy are watching television in grandmother's bed. Hello. Hello, Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. Dan is watching television too. He beat me on the tennis court today. He's had no mercy at all. Sir, here's the maid. She's doing the work.
Dad, please don't take.
She's doing Sunday morning, and the cats are leaving in a. Where are you guys going?
Back to New York.
To where? Where's New York?
It's in the U.S.
In the U. Oh no, it couldn't be in the U.S.
Yeah, it
Let's see. Come on. Let's see. Move along. Move along. We gotta get on the airplane. Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Okay. Let go now. Let go.
Ow!
Sheila, go like this. Go like this.
No,
Go with the
no.
other hand. With the other hand.
Hey, that's pretty good. Let's see. You can come on out. Show grandmother how you do that. Oh, wait. Lily's not gonna make it.
You made.
Okay, hold on, Jeremy.
I don't think Lily's gonna make it. Oh. Hey, wait a minute. I can't hear you.
Thank you. Down to the what?
But
Jeremy, this time?
Who tied your mom? Tied your shoestrings?
Yes. Yeah. No.
Nancy, don't understand how to walk the sidewalk.
Yeah, Jeremy, sit on it with both legs.
This is, I can't cover your arms too well because my hands.
Let me get you some more.
Jeremy,
I'm gonna get it.
sit on, but this time only with Jeremy. Just turn around and go.
Oh, so
What'd you say?
yeah.
That's all right. I'll get
Oh, how
it
do
later.
I lie down? Just sit down. Oh God.
I got it.
It's better.
Yeah.
You know how to do the coffee maker?
No, why don't you set it up?
Now pick your arms up and go.
Oh, I can do it.
He knows how to do it, Nancy. He'll make it. I'll show him. I know how to do it, Nancy.
You don't do it. Number 1.
Turn around this way. Let's see.
Turn around. Look.
No, that's backwards. Now we got it. That's really good.
Let's throw it again.
It's Rosh Hashanah Eve, and we have new help in the kitchen.
Oh, no.
And we also being hello, Kababi communicating with Betsy and Elaine presiding, and Maureen brought the food and prepared the dinner, and we're all having a wonderful
Very mobile.
evening. It's Rosh
Thanks to
Hashanah
Southwest
Eve,
Airlines.
and we're in good shape.
Great.
We're glad everybody's here.
I want to see Maureen the cook.
The cook,
Chicken and
Mrs. California Kitchen, thank you. Mrs. Kitchen.
Bobby, here's Bobby talking. Where's Janie?
She's in the kitchen.
Well,
No, off. There we go.
Here's-
Oh, Jane.